Hello everybody, my name is David. Thank you for watching. I'm a life coach and I help people heal from trauma. This is part 2, my question and answer video. Please go back and watch part 1. And I'm asking you guys big time if you can really help me and support me by subscribing if you haven't yet, please, and voting and commenting down below and posting this different places, giving to people, put it in a playlist, okay? Thank you very much. So I'm just gonna get started right away with the next question, which is from Juanita in Elkview, West Virginia. Hello, Juanita. Thank you for answering my question from last week. You're welcome. I'd like to give you a story about me and my ex-best friend. My borderline ex-best friend had discarded me 3 weeks ago and seems like it just came out of nowhere. Everything seemed normal in our friendship. She confided in me, I confided in her. When she discarded me, she sent me long, nasty texts and emails listing everything that was wrong with me. It was harsh. I asked her where all this was coming from, and she sent me more nasty texts. I texted her back 2 sentences. You threw away a good friendship. I hope you're proud of yourself. And she became more enraged. It was then that I realized nothing was going to get through to her, so I stopped responding. I blocked her on all social media, and I also blocked her email and cell phone. We have been through many fallouts, usually with me always trying to defend myself. This time was different. You realized a pattern. You finally woke up. Past year and a half working on healing, and whatever negative things she said about me didn't dictate how I felt about myself anymore. Good. She can smear me all she wants, but your core values, your core beliefs, loving yourself is fully intact. Part of it is thanks to you, David. Thank you. This experience has got me more curious about borderline personality disorder, so keep up with those informative videos, and thank you again. Thank you, Juanita, very much. And I recommended a book in part 1. So if you guys are interested in learning a little bit more about borderline, please go to part 1 and check out the book I recommended in the description. It's I Love You, Don't Hate Me. Or I Hate You, sorry, I Hate You, Don't Leave Me. And it's just an excellent, excellent book to understand this disorder and people that have it. So what happened here, Juanita, is it's called abandonment. You use the word discard, and that's probably how you felt, right? Like an object, piece of garbage, just thrown away like she's done with you. If she's borderline, and this is what she did, it's abandonment. And borderlines are just ruled by abandonment. It's an absolute crucial part of what made them this way. It's an absolute must, crucial part that makes borderlines have this disorder, and that's abandonment. Massive abandonment, massive neglect, massive abandonment, and lots of trauma, okay? Such fear of abandonment, they make it come to fruition. And it's perceived abandonment where there is none. She thought you're gonna leave her. I'm guessing, this is typical, okay? Borderlines think you're gonna leave them even when you're not. Even, like you said, everything was great and she left. And even that is a reason when you're this unstable and you've had so much repetitive trauma, when it's good, oh, that means bad is right around the corner. She will sit there and perceive this fear that doesn't exist. And they're so unstable and impulsive, they end a relationship real fast. Bam. Bam. Really common. In the first 6 months, they break up with you 3 times, at least 4. Real common. I think they say on the average 7 times before it's over. It's such a fear of theirs, and it has to come to fruition. And it's crazy because when you get involved with somebody and you commit to them and you invest in this relationship, and then you just abandon this relationship, you're also abandoning a part of yourself. And what caused their fear of abandonment is abandonment, right? So they just take over. A lot of times if we're abused long enough in our childhood, we'll just keep taking over and keep abusing ourselves. If we're neglected enough in childhood, we'll tend to keep neglecting ourselves. She's been so abandoned so badly, she keeps abandoning herself. I don't know if that makes sense. That's kind of hard to understand, I think. But keep asking me questions, and I'm sorry for your experience, but it's a great learning experience. And it really helps you learn how to love yourself. I love this saying. It takes the people that cannot love you to enter your life to teach you how to love yourself. And that's the best part of this experience for all of you. All of you have been with somebody that you thought you loved and you thought they loved you. But really it comes down to we need to love ourselves, and that's why this happened. We need to fill our own voids. And it's not out there. It's not on a dating site. It's in here. This lasts forever. You can count on yourself forever. You can provide security for yourself forever. You can be autonomous. You can be interdependent, strong, and healthy. Okay? Thank you. I'm glad you've healed from this. All right. Next one is from KM in AZ, Arizona. Hello, KM. Hi, David. Is unintentional manipulation a thing? I'm thinking about behaviors that come from a good place and not done with bad intention, but they still inadvertently influence someone to do something. Thank you. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I wrote down here, we are speaking consciousness or awareness. And meaning the same thing, because you asked me down here. I'm not sure. Can you give examples of both and explain the difference between consciousness and awareness? It's the same thing. Same thing. Consciousness is awareness. Same thing. Okay? And we aren't aware of everything that we're doing. We aren't aware of everything that we're feeling. We aren't aware of everything that we want, everything that we need, everything that we're thinking. Okay? And that is self-awareness. All right, and we're getting better and better at that every day. The total goal would be to be conscious of our unconscious, conscious of our subconscious, aware of what we're not aware of, full awareness, complete consciousness. Wouldn't that be amazing? The Tibetan monks believe that they reach that. You know? But even if they reach it, by the end of the day, they go to bed, wake up, and got to do it all over again. It's not easy. And it's just something that we are try to be conscious of, to be more conscious and more aware. And that's why borderlines, it's your fault, not me. Complete unawareness, complete unconsciousness. They don't want to be conscious or aware. They don't want to. They can't handle it. Okay? So, unintentional manipulation, absolutely. Absolutely. The biggest problem with borderlines and narcissists is their lack of awareness, their lack of consciousness. They can't even be conscious enough to know that the problem is theirs. And so they don't get help. Okay? They usually can't face their own self. So much shame and fear. Okay? So if, these manipulation are behaviors that are learned in childhood, right? Your parents teach you how to navigate to get what you want. And you may have to start manipulating your parents to do this. And then it's positively reinforced, right? You get rewarded. Parents don't call you out on it, hold you accountable, responsible. They let you break them down, right? You know what I'm talking about. Mom, can I have it? 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 Mom better not break down. You got to be more stubborn than them. No, stop asking me, right? But the narcissistic mother, fine, okay, fine. And he says, you only have to ask 23 times. And I get it. Mom, please, 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 give it to me, 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 give it to me. He's waiting until the 23rd time. Now give it to me. It's just what we're teaching children, right? It's what the parents are teaching. So unintentional manipulation is a thing, huge. Yeah. Most people that manipulate aren't totally aware they're doing it, I think. Total consciousness, because we aren't totally conscious of anything, really. Most of us, except the Tibetan monks. So. Hope that answers your question. Please let me know if not and ask again. Thank you. Nessa from United Kingdom. Hello, Nessa. It would be good if you can make a Q&A video about friendships after abuse, as well as after healing. I have many questions regarding this and appreciate your honest advice. You got it. I told you here that I might make a video, but I said, please keep asking me questions right now. Elaborate. And I didn't hear back from you, and I said, so please just start drilling me, okay? Whether I make a whole separate video about it or not, just keep asking me questions about it. Ask me everything you want to know, and I'll try see if I can answer them for you. So what can I say right now about friendships after abuse? Well, this is about emotional health, okay? And emotional, or otherwise called emotional intelligence. And we're not born with it, we're taught. And emotional neglect means we weren't taught. So we aren't very emotionally intelligent, okay? But we learn and learn and learn and get that way. Well, our parents didn't teach us, we teach ourselves with help. So, if we're neglected in childhood, which I believe every single person that has neglectful relationships in our adulthood was neglected in childhood, it would make sense for that to be different. So we were neglected in childhood, and that means not enough love. Our parents didn't give us enough attention, take enough time to teach us to meet our emotional needs, which is the most important thing in our life. And so we didn't get enough love. We are not healthy. We are not emotionally healthy. If we can't meet our emotional needs, we are not emotionally healthy. And anybody wants to argue, I'm emotionally healthy, you know, and I've been in these relationships, but I'm emotionally healthy, then you tell me what all 10 of your emotional needs are, and you show me how you meet them every day for yourself. And then I'll say, okay, you're emotionally healthy then. But if you're in neglectful relationships, especially abusive ones, we aren't healthy, okay? We aren't healthy. And we were unhealthy before that. We weren't just unhealthy because we were being abused. We were unhealthy because we got involved with an abuser. You couldn't be more unhealthy if you're an abuser, if you abuse people. What could be possibly more unhealthy than that, right? And we date them, we commit to them, we love them, we have sex with them, we live with them, we have children with them, we get married. We're unhealthy. So until we fix that, most people in our life aren't the healthiest. I'm not saying everyone in your life is unhealthy too. It's just typical. There's a saying, we date our own emotional self-worth. I believe I'm down here, I'm going to date people down here. That's why people that call me up and say, oh, my narcissist ex is such the biggest piece of crap in the world. And I'll say, well, then you must have thought you were too. It's our own emotional self-worth. And therefore, we typically may not have the healthiest friends. And when I help people recover from traumatic abusive relationships, we have to examine these. That's one of the first things I do, because I've got to lower stress. If you have a stress disorder, we've got to eliminate stress from your life, and you may not know how or even see it. And most of my clients, they don't realize. I give them some time to start picking up on their own, and usually after a couple of weeks or something, they start telling me, hey, I think a couple of my friends aren't very healthy. And I say, well, I bet they aren't. They tell me what their friends are doing, and we help manage this, and we don't get rid of everyone right away. We try to make abuse stop, and if we can't, then we get rid of them. And we try to have our emotional needs met in the relationships, and I show them how. We try hard, right? But typically, if you're in toxic relationships in your adulthood, then you probably have some toxic family, and you probably have some toxic friends. And it's harsh, because here you are in this abusive, traumatic, neglectful relationship, and you may not have the most supportive friends, or they may not know what to do or say for you. They're not good at that, not good at communicating, not used to being very supportive, stuff like this. They're involved in their own toxic relationships, stuff like that. Our family can't help us because our family is the ones that did it to us, and they have no idea, right? And so we're saying, I just got dumped and discarded by a narcissist. Oh my God! And I'm trying to tell everybody in my life, what's going on, and nobody understands me. Nobody understands. Well, your family caused this. They definitely don't understand it, right? And your friends might be doing it too. So I hope that helps a little bit. I hope I went where you wanted me to go, Nessa, but just keep asking me questions, okay? And I have no problem making a video about this soon. Thank you very much. Hi, David. Tara from Niagara, Canada. Hi, Tara. Beautiful. I love Niagara. Your response to Julia made me curl up and cry, which I think I really needed to do. Good. I was going to say I'm sorry, but good. Thank you so much for the pointers on self-esteem, as I still struggle daily to remember and reacquaint myself with me. I was before this shit show I have lived for so long. It's been such a long time that I only remember being the invisible one, the quiet one, the forgettable one, etc. One way I'm finding to help myself, along with therapy and your advice, is going to my longtime friends who knew me before the trauma to ask them what they miss most about me from back then. I've made a list and I'm now going through them one by one to evaluate each one and whether to reincorporate it into my new life. I thought that was a nice idea. I thought that was good, and that's why I read this. Thank you, Tara. I just want to add, right, that we don't necessarily want to be the person we were before this experience and act like it didn't happen. This experience is going to be one of the most growing, learning experiences to help you be a better person. Okay? This person back here, the old Tara, got you in a lot of trouble. The old Tara allowed someone toxic in her life. The old Tara sat and was neglected and abused, right? So, as beautiful as the old Tara was, let's look forward to a new Tara, a new and improved, more beautiful, stronger, more intelligent, more compassionate, more loving, more caring. Okay? Look forward to the new Tara. She's better. She's better than the old one. I'm going to try and fit one more in here. Hi, David. I have been following you for a year now. Thank you. You helped me so much. To cut a long story short, I discovered my NPD ex was secretly bringing his supply to our family home. I have a 23-year-old son. The fact alone almost killed me. I just can't get over it. Please, could you address this subject? From Cyprus. Tell us your locations. I keep forgetting to say that. I don't think I've said that today. Tell us your locations if you want to ask a question. Thank you. And thank you. Thank you. I don't know what your name is. Can you address the subject of your significant other cheating on you and bringing that person home to your home? What a violation, huh? That's called a violation. And the problem is they're not even aware of it. They don't care. Narcissists don't see you as a human being. They don't see you inside, anything a part of you inside, only outside. What? Like an object. I always pull out my pink stapler, huh? So we internalize, we absorb these things, and it must be us. And I don't blame you. Jeez, right? How much more personal can it get at home? Your husband or boyfriend, and with your child there. Address this subject. I talk all about it in many, many other videos. I don't know really quite what else to add, except it's a violation, okay? And we need to take our power and our control back after someone violates you like that, because he just robbed you of your power and control, didn't he? And we need to find a way to take that back. And I hope that you take the time to heal. And I hope you get somebody to help you, because this kind of stuff can be impossible to do by yourself, okay? And we don't need to take 5 to 10 years to try and feel better about this when a therapist can help you in a month, 2 months, 3 months. I'm really sorry. Awful, traumatic experience. There's actual traumas from people doing this, from just cheating. Lots and lots of trauma. This is a pretty bad one. Yeah. It's like when someone robs your house, right? Worse. But they're all in your stuff and in your private things. And then you wonder, it just feels awful, doesn't it? You sit there and wonder if they're talking about you. They talk bad about you. I mean, they brought this person into your house. It makes me wonder what they told her, what he told her, right? That he lives there, you guys aren't together, there's no one there, or who cares? She's such a bad person, she deserves this. And what kind of a person goes in this man's home to have sex with him? God, you're not losing anything, and this woman didn't gain anything, and your ex certainly isn't getting any better of a person than you. Would you do that? Awful. I'm really sorry. I don't know what else to add, except this is trauma, and get help, and you deserve it, Okay? Thank you. Good luck. This is the end of part 2. Please subscribe, share, vote, comment down there. Tell us where you're from. And that's it. Love yourself first. I'll see you in part 3. DavidDemars.com if you want coaching. Thanks.